Hey guys, welcome back. It is April 21. SPY. Look at this chart. That's hardly ever do I see SPY just with a continual grind with no relief rallies, no volatility, really just straight escalator down. GME kind of followed the same track. We're going to talk about that. Look at this thing, actually broke that floor. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We've got 50 minutes left in the market, and you've got 5 seconds to follow me on Twitter at HappyMoneyYT, and 10 more seconds to get on Discord. Link for that's in the description. Free to join. This is a crazy chart. So we heard from Powell today, just barely though. I was expecting a bounce when he talked, but he didn't really talk enough or calm the markets, and money's getting pulled out. It's crazy. So Tesla had their earnings. It was really good, and it's now only up 2.3%. Crazy. I put a short position on Tesla up here. Just looking at the TA on the daily. I mean, this thing's pretty easy to see these tops. We've got a bearish MACD still. Everything's still bearish in momentum even, and I don't see it breaking that top there. 4 hour on it, still bearish on all fronts. It was a good earnings though, so could be a little earnings continuation if the market lets it, but so far it's not looking like that. This is crazy. I can't remember last time I saw it SPY just an escalator like that. It's not even that big of a move. I mean, it's pretty big. It's 1.5%, but it's just the way it's doing it's so strange. Gamestop, kind of same deal. Didn't have our big bullish SLD day today, unfortunately. Bounced up in the morning. I sold some covered calls up there, grinded them down for like 60%. It was like 500 bucks, I think. I scaled out of them early. I could have held them all day. I just got shaken out a little bit and decided to. I scaled out slowly through here, so it worked. But yeah, I think. So I mean, on our long term, everything's still bearish, and now we've just flipped bearish on the hourly too today. So I've been waiting for a bounce all day to open up call credit spreads for next week on GameStop. I want to make some money on this downtrend, and yeah, I feel like call credit spreads are the best way for me to just. It's pretty simple. Makes sense in my brain. I put in this much. I usually do them at the money. And so I put in this much and I get 100% return if I'm right, and all it has to do is stay below that price by that day. So it's not like I'm trying to time it with a bottom or this or that. It's much more I don't know, I like how it works. So I think, yeah, hopefully we get a bounce here. I called it out earlier in Discord. I was like 141, 142, it'll probably bounce, but it's kind of flushing through those right now, which I'm surprised. 140.61 is the lowest other than that low. I still think we'll probably get a bounce before close. And then yeah, probably just downtrend for until there's news or until next cycle, or possible split. I guess split news maybe would cause us to start rallying or start squeeze, or any kind of, I guess, bullish news. But some sort of this, I think the cycle they're still stuck in for sure, as we saw here. This was not from news or retail buying, so I think we'll see this again, and it might not be till next earnings or so, which I think is in June. Shareholder meeting also. Is it June? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, yeah, it's crazy. So let's see. Superstock was freaking out about that new filing. That stuff doesn't really matter to me, honestly. If it is actually making it easier for them to cover, basically with less losses or less velocity in the rest of the market, I see that being almost bullish, just because it's more likely that it'll actually happen. Now that this is, so many eyes are on this, so many investors are in this, it's not it's only getting bigger as time goes on. So there's going to have to be most likely some kind of compromise. Not like it'll be our choice to compromise, but I'm just saying they're going to probably have some sort of compromise to let this play out and not basically collapse the world economy. So the filings and that, it's like, I mean, I guess we can petition it and stuff, but I don't know. I looked into it briefly, and it was I don't have a whole lot to weigh in on it. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo that I don't try and figure out, but I read some summaries of it and stuff, and yeah, we'll see if it even passes. This one I liked, this write-up by Region Formal. What would a leader with both business, school traits, and street fighting skills do right now? What does he have in his toolkit to end this decisively? The 8 steps below are entirely within RC's hand to action over the next 7 weeks, and no external forces could do a single thing to stop him. Yeah, it basically seems like he's been building up a toolkit. I like that. A toolbox of ways to get the corruption out of his stock, and I think he's going to hit it from all different ways, whatever way it works, but also probably hitting from all different ways, because that's probably going to be necessary to really cleanse it. 3-to-1 stock split possibility. GameStop announces share repurchase without using dark pools. RC Venture simultaneously files confirming increased ownership from 11% to 19%. So that's RC buying in, GameStop buying in, the annual shareholder meeting, increasing shares, stock dividend. Oh, that's through the 3-for-1, increasing outstanding shares. Yep. And this one I don't even think it does talk about the blockchain. A company announcement of merger between GME Entertainment and Loopring Project to create spin-off firm G America focusing on Web3 blockchain technologies. Announcement of imminent launch of NFT marketplace. Yep. In addition to a stock dividend issuance of GameStop shares, each GME share to also exclusively receive entitlement to an NFT token. Yeah, I think anything, there's basically a long list of things that can be done, and I think we will start to see them done as time progresses. Not to fear though. If you don't believe in the company long term, it's going to be hard to hold anyways. So if you don't think what they're doing long term is good, then yeah, any little price action will scare you, or new filing out of the hundreds we've seen the last just year that seemingly haven't done anything to anything. So but at any rate, here we are. We're at 140 on GameStop, down 5%. 40 minutes to close. Let me show you guys the options. What do we do? 160. Yeah, actually this morning, just in case it was going to rally, we were starting to run up, and I did call debit spread 160, 200 call debit spread. I jumped in on this in the morning as the SLD. I'm like, I'll just get some exposure because I didn't really have any to the upside. Closed out of that for a loss. Made it back and then some with covered calls. So I sold short 152.50 calls just weekly, and I basically just waited for my signals. Bearish MACD right under the 9. So on this candle right here on the 5-minute chart, sold them here. I would have maybe gotten closer to the money, but I had already opened options closer to the money, and I didn't want to wash sale, so I just did the 152.50s, and I rode them out to like here. Actually, maybe even no, I didn't. I started scaling out right here, and I was already like 50% on them. So they'd probably be like 70-80% now, but no big deal. I'm happy with that. And I was actually expecting a bounce to get back into them, but never really happened. Run, I bought to cover as a poor man's covered call. Bought those run calls back, so now I just have long calls on run. It's been getting hammered down. Here's scaling out of the 152s. So I sold them for $1.90 contract. Bought the first one back $1.18, $1.19, $1.26, $1.25, $1.21. And now I think they're only worth probably like 40 cents. So pulled out a little too early, but profit's profit. And there's closing out those 120 or 160, 200 called debit spread. Oh, here's the last one I closed for 75 cents. The last one, 52.5. Closed out of one of my put debit spreads maybe, and then call credit spreads. GME was down. I figured we were going to bounce around here, so I closed my my weekly bearish play, thinking it'll bounce and I'll get back into it, and it didn't. So just took a little profit, but then it kept coming down. And now look at this one. So this is another bearish play on the week, which I probably should close that now. Expecting a bounce. Yeah, see that volume coming in? I'm gonna actually close that. So we'll just do that. Probably have to up the ante. Yep, I'm gonna chase it a little bit. And spreads suck. And it still doesn't fill me. Anyways, yeah, see all that volume right there and that doji? Thinking that might finally be a bottom. So I've got that one I'll close out. That's a call credit spread 140, 141. I'm not anticipating GME closing below 140 tomorrow. It's possible, but might as well take the 40% now and get another one tomorrow for next week, which is what I had an order for. I don't have it anymore. But yeah, if we do see GME bounce before close, I'm gonna open up at the money call credit spread for next week. Probably kind of large. And then tomorrow I'll just wait for my signals on the 5-minute to enter some more covered calls and just try and scalp those on the way down. Look at this thing just flushing all day. Same with SPY, they just flush all day long. Just breaking through supports. Really crazy. We might have a bit of a bounce even tomorrow. If we don't get a bounce into close, I think tomorrow we'll probably get a little bounce. Probably back up near max pain, which is 145, so maybe 143 or so. Kind of crazy price action today, really. There's that. I got into MDVL today. I came down. That was ripping. Yang, the inverse Chinese ETF, is doing well. It's kind of starting to break out. Or 25. I have 125 call, of course, only one. Got 85 days on that, but then today I opened up a put credit spread on it since the calls weren't really moving a whole lot, so I just figured I'd get a put credit spread. This is a little bigger one. 627 max profit. I've got 57 days on it. Yang's just looked like a nice chart. It's a bit overbought at this point, but here's the hourly. This thing's just been grinding up. There's a lot of crappy stuff going on in China right now, and I'm not seeing any end. I mean, we're very limited on what we know of actually going on, but the little bit that I've seen is pretty horrific. And unfortunately, I think that will probably cause this to keep rallying, this inverse Chinese ETF of Yang. Hopefully up to 48, because that would be a big play. Single contract. That's the way it is. And there's our run that we closed. Rocket was making a move yesterday. Oh, the CEO of Rocket, I think it's the CEO, the farmer, whatever his name is, he bought in a bunch of shares, I think a day or two ago. So the bottom might be in for Rocket. It's possible. Here's my call credit spread opened up on Tesla. 1030, 1035 for next Friday. And then I also have this 895, 900, which is pretty far out of the money. That was for earnings in case it dumped, which it didn't, but look at how weak it is. I mean, the market's weak today. TA on that looks bearish to me as well. Yeah, here's Rocket, man. This thing has just been awful for years. I've been in it for years. But big buy, big insider buying here, which is good. I mean, they make money. They've got a lot of revenue. I think it's just been shorted and just stuck on the short list for a long time. I mean, they have plenty of money. They're offering crazy dividends, special dividends periodically. They've done it once a year so far. MDVL, not. Did that thing just sell off? Yeah, a little bit. We'll see. It's starting to break out. That's not a nice engulfing candle to the red, though. Rover, those are down. Yeah. GME still hasn't bounced. This is crazy. All right, that's what I got for you guys. We'll see you on Discord. Have a good afternoon. Peace out.